Hello and welcome to what is quite possibly the worst makeup tutorial on the whole of YouTube, complete with awful background, interruptions from the dog, background noise, poorly lit, you name it. So I'm just doing a few short videos. Really, I'm just to put into context of what I'm doing here. I'm a makeup teacher and we are currently stuck in lockdown, as most of the world is, and I would have been teaching this in class, so I'm trying to do a little video of how to do quite a subtle eyeshadow look on someone who is more mature with hooded eyes like me. I keep being distracted and looking the wrong way. I have to remind myself I need to look there, which is really strange because I can't see where I'm going. So yeah, just skip on. If you're looking for a polished makeup tutorial, how to do eyeshadow for hooded eyes, I suggest you go and see Pixie Woo, because they're amazing. And in fact, my students could do a lot worse than going and look at Pixie Woo. But anyway, I'm going to just explain it in my way. As I say, aiming at my students. Anyone else wants to listen along, very, very welcome to. So we're on a media makeup course. So this video will be, there's the dog. This video will be, it's aimed at makeup students who are working on doing makeup on other people. But I think for your own makeup, you probably find some use or interest anyway. So first things first, I'm going to apply the eye base. So this is the makeup look that I've already done on this side. As you can see, quite subtle, and just there's a little pop of green. I'm not sure if you can actually even see that, just in the waterline, but I wanted to keep it quite soft and not overpowering. So I'm using P. Louise eyeshadow base. That's going to go all the way over the lid. By the way, my eyeliner is tattooed, so I don't actually have any makeup this side. I've just got the semi-permanent eyeliner, which I love, and as you can see, you can cover over it really well if you needed to, if you wanted to not have your eyeliner on. Just cover it, even with eyeshadow it covers over. So that's going all the way over the lid up to underneath the eyebrow. And just smooth that out. Now with a more mature client, you will find, like I'm starting to get, they'll have quite a few natural creases and wrinkles on the eye. So important not to overload the eye with product, and to keep, as I'm doing, keep patting it in, keep sort of spreading it out, and don't use too much of the eye base. I like to take a little bit underneath as well. I can't do it without making that face. Excuse my crazy face. There we are, that's better already. It's brightened up the eyelid. And as I say, just watch on mature clients for creasing. As and when it happens, just smooth it out with the brush. If you don't sort out creasing as and when you see it, it can cause a problem further down the line, because it will make the eyeshadow, start to crumple as well if you're not careful. So sometimes I like to just take a little soft blending brush and just smooth out the eye base, just with nothing on the brush. Now I'm going to start from the top down. So I'm going to use a neutral shade on the upper eye, and I think that's important with hooded eyes as well, is don't overload this bit, and do not use a shimmer under the brow for a hooded eye, because it will make it look, it can make it look even like puffy and swollen, and it's just, yeah, the opposite of what you want to do. So keep it to a matte shade. I'm using, I don't know what the shade is, it's a matte, like neutral, no shimmer. I'm just going to gently pat that on underneath the brow bone, down to about halfway down. Next, I'm going to use a soft shader brush, blending brush. I'm going to use this shade from one of my gorgeous Pat McGrath palettes. Don't know what it's called. As I say, in keeping with my attempt to make this the worst makeup tutorial in the world. I'm not going to even tell you what I'm using. So important with hooded eyes, look at the client with their eye open and when they're sort of looking straight ahead, and work out how much space you've got to play with. So mine are just starting to come down. Some people have a really, you know, deep sort of incline there where the hooded eye comes down. First of all, go quite light initially. That's my dog jumping up on me, making me wobble. Hello. I'm not gonna like fake a socket line completely, so important that you keep this quite soft. You can see I have shaded into the socket line, kind of creating that shape, but I don't want to do anything too harsh there, especially on a client who really has got an incredibly hooded eye there. If you try and draw it over, it just sits a bit odd and it looks a little bit fake. So I've got just enough space to be able to go softly through the socket line there. And then what you want to adjust for clients with a hooded eye is when they relax their eye and they're looking straight ahead, I can't see what I'm doing here to do it without looking to the side. You need to come slightly higher up onto the actual sort of hood itself, for want of a better word. So you just need to be aware you're going a bit higher up. On there I got distracted because I think the dog wants to go out. Worst makeup tutorial ever. Okay, everything I've used so far has been matte, and that's, I think, really useful for more mature clients, and actually I think for any age and any style of makeup. I do try to use quite a bit of matte, and then I'll use shimmer. I'm going to have to let the dog out, and then I use, do you want to go out, Nick? Good girl. Mostly matte. I'm not even going to edit that out, this is a disgrace. Mostly matte. And then use shimmer where you like it. So I always put a bit of shimmer on the lid. Often if you've got a very hooded eye, it's best to just keep the shimmer to the inner part there and keep everything else matte so that you don't overpower and like I said before, make the eye look puffy. So I've just sketched in my mid-tone colour right the way across, and now I'm going to go on to the lid. So I'm going to go with, I am going to use a shimmery shade. It's this coppery shade at the outer edge of the lid. First of all, I come in a bit closer, hopefully you can see. I'm not even going to zoom in, I'm just going to literally move in. Oh my goodness me, I can't believe I'm going to put this on YouTube at this angle. So just pattern that on at the outer part of the lid. And then you do want to come a little bit out. So if you can see on this one, I've come slightly out, almost winging that up a little bit to balance where the eye hangs down a little bit. So just because this is a shimmer, so carefully, a little bit at a time. You don't want to go right up with the shimmer, but just to try to extend that shape. You almost want to pretend that the eye isn't hooded, because you're going to go right over it as if it's not there, as if that crease isn't there. I'm going to take a little bit of that underneath the eye as well. Oh, my palette's in the way. Louise Academy, you've got nothing to worry about with me. I'm not coming for your jobs whatsoever. Hopefully I can get my point across. My main thing is to explain to my students how to do hooded eye. Doesn't matter if I look like a complete dimwit in the process, as long as I'm getting my lesson across. Then I'm going to use a lighter shimmer on the inner part of the eye. I'm going to use the same brush and just flip it over and use the other side. I'm going to use like an ivory shimmer shade there. Keeping an eye on the time. I don't want this to be too much longer. Use a little bit of that for inner corner highlight. And And then I'm just going to go back and forth with my initial shade and just blend that across. So again, it just makes that shimmer not so intense at the point where I don't want shimmer. Going to switch to my favourite brush. This is from my Kitco, a 120 Precise Crease brush. And a little bit of a deeper shade, which again is matte. And I'm going to use that to just emphasise the outer corner here, the eye. And again, this is where you possibly need to come a little bit higher up onto the hood. I can't think of a better word to say. Taking a little bit of that underneath. Can't do it without making a funny face. And I always like to try and match the shape of the eye at the outer corner, so I tend to follow the lash line, the bottom lower lash line. If that was to go up and out, that's kind of your shape that you want to create, so in line with the angle of the outside waterline. Then a little pop of colour. It's nice to play with a little bit of colour on the waterline. I'm using a green. It's a green gel liner from Inglot. These gel liners are amazing. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in the lower waterline. I've left that out and it's dried out, so I'm just going to get another little bit more on my spatula. A little scraping. Always remember to put your lids back on. There is a fantastic product for that if they do dry out, which is called Duraline, also from Inglot. Really useful. There we go, that should work better. I'm just going to freshen up the other side. So they're even, because the other one I did just now. And then just with what's left on the brush, I'm going to run a little bit of that along the top lash line. I just want a little subtle, very small hint of green. It doesn't need to overpower anything. And I'm going to go over it again with the eyeshadows. So I'm just going to go back over that with a deeper eyeshadow just to, so I just want like a tiny little bit of green. Almost, oh, I've just got, that's useful, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh. So just to settle down that green, because I want this to be just a nice subtle look. And there we are. I need to finish my mascara, but that's basically it. I hope that helps. So as you can see, I've come slightly outside, following that angle up and out, and the light shimmer at the inner corner really lifts everything as well. Thank you for watching. I'm sure I'm going to get loads of new subscribers from that absolutely totally slick makeup tutorial, and it is 14, nearly 14 minutes long. I was hoping to get it in under 10. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll try and do a bit better next time. Okay, bye.